coast of the Sunshine State. Downtown Tampa's the spot, Raymond James Stadium. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And Richardson will throw to start out here. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they saw some tough games to come, and keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They were terrific a week ago in the win over the Lions.
This defense has a lot to be proud of coming off of the game they played last week. When you only give up 14 points in a game, not only do you give your team a chance to win, you fully expect to win because you figure your offense is going to score more than that.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Richardson going on 4th down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Dragon 60. Let's go now. Trap 60, trap 60.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one let go deep for Laporta. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Bucs are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The Colts kicking team is out there now, and they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Now Mayfield. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Bucs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Buccaneers at 8-2 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And the tight end is certainly in position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Breece Hall, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bucs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
That's complete to Pierce. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 2 yards to go on third down. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up.
Ready?
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Come on, come on. Hey. Cup 19, Cup 19.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
19 tight, 19 tight. Red. Panther 11, Panther 11, 18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now it's Richardson. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go. Here we go.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Ready.
They go play action with Richardson. He's got his man. It's Pierce. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
He'll take this to the 46.
Well, how about the big guy there showing some agility? He just flowed from his D-tackle position in order to make that play.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Here we go.
Richardson out of the shotgun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, Davis.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where...
And they're going to get him. He's sagged back around the 28. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
Hey, 33.
From the gun, Mayfield. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. From 13 yards out, and the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now Richardson back to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Here's Richardson to throw. And it's complete to Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
19 Lions. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
Richardson looking to throw this. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Rangers. 70 Rangers.
Now Richardson. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. Escaping the pressure right. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a play they needed in a big spot.
Going for it on fourth, Richardson. He's got his target. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10. Richardson going to change the play here.
Dragon 60. Trap 60. Trap 60. Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Richardson. Has intercepted again. It's Richardson's third of the game. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he'll find Hall. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll give to Hall. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing, Mayfield. A short throw caught by Andrews. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Here's Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now a 2nd and 10.
King. Real. Regular.
Mayfield looks to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He'll find McMillan here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him,
it's caught inside the 25. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Hall on a give up the middle. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 74 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Mayfield now. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bucs take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They make their 2nd half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
19 tight, 19 tight.
From the shotgun, Richardson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. Boy, Charles, that is now 3 interceptions in 3 consecutive drives, and you can see he's just got a look of disgust and bad body language, understandably, as he walks off the field.
And I think it comes from the fact that he's not sure what he sees down the field, Brandon. I don't know if he's seeing ghosts. I don't know if he just can't read defenses. I'm not sure what it is, but that's why he's frustrated. And think about the defense right now. Every time they run on the field, they've gone from hoping to intercept a pass to expecting to intercept passes. Their confidence at an all-time high right now.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
Alert, 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 alert. Up. What's up?
Mayfield to throw it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mark Andrews, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Yeah, and that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
A big play there for Indy. 41 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
19 Lions.
Richardson looking to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Bucs are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
84 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Now Mayfield. And he will find his man on the outside.
Second down and 3.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two. Mayfield.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews.
And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. That's good for a gain of 6, second and goal.
They'll try to run with Hall.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Breece Hall
with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Buccaneers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now.
Back now in Tampa. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Ready.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and a yard.
Go.
Now it's Richardson. That is caught by Laporta.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Sam Laporta.
61 yards.
And the Colts get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
18, Pioneer.
Richardson will throw for it.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The offense on third down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Flush to his right.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
They'll run with Hall.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Breece Hall
with touchdown number 3 here in this game, and 17 now on the year.
And the Bucs extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the 4th quarter. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Mustang 19.
Here's Richardson to throw.
Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
Broncos. Dragon 60.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Eluding the pressure right.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
Yaya Diaby. He's the one who got in there. He gets the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a 1st down.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "Where was that all game?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game because those are going to happen from time to time.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the Buccaneers are going to get it back here just past.